We've been fooled before.
Oh, you're taping
it. The night is like a lovely tune. Beware, my foolish heart, how white the ever-constant moon. Take care, my foolish heart. There's a line between love and fascination that's hard to see on an evening such as this. For they both give the very same sensation when you're lost in the magic of a kiss. His lips are much too close to mine. Beware, my foolish heart. But should our eager lips collide, then let the fire start. For this time it isn't fascination or a dream that will fade and fall apart. It's love. This time it's love, my foolish heart. But then Tamir comes in, you're not there. Recording right now at Capitol. And I'm doing a tribute to the 1950s. And in this album I'm going to do, this is my idea. That album that you just heard, Paul Smith, who was Ella Fitzgerald, is my, discovered me in late 2010, put me on stage 4 months later. I never sang a lick in my life before then. I had no lessons, no nothing. But Paul believed in my voice. So he helped me with that album. He was Ella Fitzgerald's, you know, he had a lot of experience. Anyway, this album's me. So if I make a mistake, he can only blame me. So on this next one I'm doing jazz standards, including Cry Me a River. I'm doing Lullaby Birdland to a tango rhythm. I'm changing up the rhythms because I was a champion ballroom dancer. And I use dancerly rhythms in my music, unlike typical jazz artists. So that's what you'll find different about my music as opposed to Diana Krall, and I'm compared a lot to those kind of singers. But one of the songs I have on the album, I did the jazz standards, Misty is on it, The Party's Over, things like that. Then on the other side, I have pop tunes that were written in the 50s. So I have Love Potion No. 9.
Oh, good.
I have I'm Walkin'. I'm Walkin', yes indeed, that one. And then I've got You Don't Know Me, Ray Charles, that one that Ray Charles made famous. I have If the Thrill Is Gone. And then I have, not Cole Porter's version, but In the Still of the Night. So it is a cappella beginning. In the still of the night, I held you tight, 'cause I love you so. Promise I'll never let you go. In the still of the night. Then the band comes in. So that's my little acapella.
Oh, thank you.
This one that I'll have him play is a brand new tune that was written by a woman when she was 84. You have to appreciate she was 84 years old when she wrote the lyrics. It's called What Am I Gonna Do with a Bad Boy Like You? Now what's great about the song is that it's so fun from an older woman's point of view, number one. And the first line on it is, an escape artist who's double jointed. But the trombone playing on it is by the one jazz trombonist, I think he's one of the best in the country. But you'll hear him like Charlie Brown making these funny note, like ha ha with the trombone. If you just listen for that, I think you'll. And this is Diana Krall's typical drummer, Jeff Hamilton on it. What am I gonna do with a bad boy like you, an escape artist who's double jointed? Why do I sit and wait for a two-time and date who comes straight from the new fool he just anointed? Why do I keep a glow for a whirling flame when you know he hasn't a clue? Somebody tell me, what am I gonna do with a bad boy like you? Why do I cry when he's given the eye to some new fool who stops by our table? How can I just pretend I'll keep hanging till the end? Or at least till I'm no longer able. To do with a bad boy like you. What to do? Hey man, I got a plan for you. I'll eat you alive and stuff you with jive. And if that ain't enough of a clue, I'll make a hell of a man out of a bad boy like you. She never knew I recorded it. Isn't that sad?
Can you join me here? So what's interesting for us in this room, aside from your prodigious talent, is how do you make the choice how to release your, I mean, I'm looking at a 45 RPM LP.
Yeah, how did that happen?
And she mentioned it's out in DSD. So how do you make the choices on which formats to release your work in?
This album, I'll be honest with you, I went in to get the master. The mixing was done by Al Schmidt. I had him do it, and then I took it over to Bernie Grenman. And Bernie was at his council in his room. You know, he's got a beautiful building in Hollywood. And he listened, and I'm sitting just like, you know, everybody else. I'm sitting back there with my producer, and Bernie turns around like this. He said, "Did you think about putting this out in vinyl? Because it sure sounds good." And I said, "No." He said, "Well, if they like Diana Krall, they're really like you." And I said, "Oh, well, tell me more." And then he drove, you know, picked me up and took me into the room where he does his lacquers, and he showed me, this man has incredible equipment in his room, in his place. So he said, I said, "I have no idea, but I'll try to find the money to do it. Can you tell me if you'll take the project over?" So he did. So he took over the entire vinyl. He told me, put it on 45. He told me, go to Palace. He told me 180. He checked the lacquers on this. I had nothing to do with it. Bernie Grunman did it all. He liked me, and he was kind to me, and he took over my job. Then, once it got out into the marketplace, then because I had it on, I recorded on Pro Tools, 192/24, and it was so well liked, and the quality was so good that then they said to me, well, would you think about doing it in high res because it sounds so good? And this is before Michael Fremer gave me an 11 out of 11 on Sonics on the album, and also he gave me a 9 out of 11 because he didn't like one of the songs on there that he gave me docked me 2 points on. He didn't like this one too well, and there's one other he didn't like. But when he heard me do it live, he changed his mind. And I don't know why he didn't like it, because it said, all I want to do is make love to you. Now, how can you come on? But anyway, that's Michael. But the DSD Cookie, a gentleman by the name of Mark Feiner, heard my CD when he was driving in his car, because I'd given it to him in Denver. He heard it, and he told me about the newest technology, and it's Mark Feiner that brought me to the DSD world. So then, now I came up with a dilemma. I was introduced to Cookie Marenko. Now Cookie, I already heard about it, and I heard Gus Sinkus with Super High Res was one of the mastering people for DSD, and I gave it to him to do, and then I gave it also to Cookie Marenko to do, because Cookie felt her approach was different, and that she would come up with another type of product. So I handled it both ways. I paid money to both to get it done. And Cookie took over, and I have sold between the super high res, the Cookie has it in DSD, I mean in the downloads now, between DSD and the 24/192, 400 albums have been sold on her website since the 31st of December last year. So 400 downloads. That's pretty good. It's pretty good.
11,000 albums altogether.
But all total, I've sold 7,000 albums since last, since I released it, which is really September of last year.
We can help you with that.
I'm an LP. You know, I mean, I'm an independent. I have no label. I'm just nobody. So for me to do that on my own was really me doing it. But I own my masters, so for that, I'm able to navigate with these different people who want to use my album for different reasons. So.
Well, from what we just heard and witnessed here, I don't think she'll be nobody for very long. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you.